E3 has come and gone for another year, and 2019's conference was, in my opinion, a pretty decent, really. We got a heap of new trailers, some expected, some surprises, some really great, and some not so great. This is my best and worst of E3 2019. Let's start with the good. First up, I want to talk about Silksong. Now, this is a game that I knew was coming out. They released a trailer not long ago, which honestly had more than enough footage for me. I was already on board. There was no way in the world I wasn't going to be buying this game. Hollow Knight was one of my top gaming experiences of, I would say, the last 5 years. And if Silksong is just more of that in a new setting, I'm 100% on board. The new footage that we saw looked great, but I'm trying to stay away from as much as I can, as one of the best parts of Hollow Knight was the exploration and finding the new areas. I didn't see much footage before I played that game, and when you first stumble across areas like the City of Tears, it's breathtaking. And I'm really looking forward to more moments like that in Silksong. So at this point, the less I see, the better, I think. Next we have Elden Ring, the upcoming title by developers From Software. These guys obviously know what they're doing, as they essentially invented an entire new genre in the Souls games. And although this looks like it's potentially going to have more RPG, open-worldy elements perhaps, it's a recipe for a good time. From Software, Miyazaki, and George R. R. Martin, I really don't know how this could go wrong, and I can't wait to see some more footage. The trailer for Watch Dogs Legion is the first time I've ever had my interest sparked by this franchise. Could be the London setting or the fact that they're tackling a post-Brexit world. I don't know. It looks fun. It looks like it's got more soul to it than the last two have. But I didn't play the last two, so if I'm wrong and those games are worth checking out, let me know in the comments. Now, although I'm a little sick of trailers that are essentially just cutscenes, short films to promote, the trailer for Ghostwire Tokyo really grabbed me. It was creepy and atmospheric, and I just can't wait to find out what this game actually is. Doom Eternal looks fantastic. Similarly to Silksong, Eternal just needs to do what Doom did again. That game was so fun, and this looks like it's going to be more of that, but with even more creative ways to kill demons. Cyberpunk 2077 continues to show us more and more footage that drums in just how important this game is going to be. I really don't think this game needs much more selling at this point. I'm pretty sure the entire gaming community is on board. So I think I speak for everyone when I say that this game's release can't come soon enough. Battlefield 5 I was really happy to see. This game got so much negative press in its early stages, and I don't think its Battle Royale mode really took off how they would have liked it to. But to see them putting in this much effort to continue to release maps and new content, I'm really excited about it, and the new maps so far have been amazing. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was an obvious highlight for a lot of people. I won't say much more, as I did a pretty in-depth breakdown of the gameplay trailer last week. I'll link that in the description for you to check out. Outer Worlds is starting to look really cool. It's looking like essentially Fallout in space, and I'm on board with that. The aesthetic does feel a little overdone at the moment, but I'm always down to see how different companies approach the same settings in different ways and what each developer can bring to the table. Okay, this caught me by surprise and really grabbed me. Forza Horizon 4 was an amazing game, and one of the major reasons that I jumped onto Game Pass and haven't looked back since. So the introduction of Lego into this is something that I'm definitely going to have to check out. I have a real soft spot for these Lego games. Ever since I played Lego Marvel Superheroes, I've been drawn to the creative, light-hearted tone of these games. And to see how that's implemented into something as intense as Forza Horizon, I think is going to be something pretty interesting. Although this was rumored, it was really great to have The Witcher 3 on Switch be confirmed. I never found the time to put in the hours I would have liked to for this game, but the Switch's pick up and go and portable capabilities will make it so much easier for me to give this game the time that I know it deserves. I am a little hesitant as to whether or not this will be the best way to play this game, as based on what we saw, it looks like the graphics are going to be stripped back quite a bit. which makes sense given the console that we're going to be playing it on, but I will be waiting on reviews to find out just how downgraded it really is and whether or not it's worth it. Animal Crossing looks adorable. I've never actually played one myself, but I have played a lot of Stardew Valley, and from what I've heard, they share a lot of similarities. So this could be my first time I jump into the Animal Crossing world. Cadence of Hyrule, the Crypt of the Necrodancer spin-off, really looks great. I think what it's convinced me to do more so than buying this version though is to jump back and play the original, as I've heard really good things. And if it's as much fun as I've heard it is, I'll probably end up getting the Cadence of Hyrule as well. Then we had the announcement of Breath of the Wild 2. Now I know I only just complained about trailers that don't really show anything, the gameplay or release dates or story details, but this little clip actually said a lot. Most importantly of which is that we'll be jumping straight back into that world. Similarly to how Majora's Mask was a darker but straight sequel to Ocarina of Time, it looks like we're really just going to pick up where we left off, and I'm pretty stoked about that. If there was anything that I wanted from Breath of the Wild, it was just more Breath of the Wild. So this is really good news for me. As you might have realized, I'm a pretty positive guy, so I don't have a huge list of negatives from this conference, but here are the games that I was let down by. Halo Infinite definitely should have been more. As far as cutscenes to show, it wasn't even really that interesting of one, and it certainly didn't get me excited for a new game. The Elder Scrolls Blades coming to Switch is just nothing to me. As far as I can tell, the mobile version of that game is just a nightmare of microtransactions and shoddy mechanics that was always destined to flop. I'm interested to see how it does on Switch and how they deal with the microtransaction stuff, but really, if I was going to play an Elder Scrolls game on my Switch, I would just buy Skyrim again for the 50th time. Fallout 76 and their Nuclear Winter release is... Look, there's obviously somebody out there playing this game. There were enough screaming idiots in the crowd excited about this to obviously warrant these updates. That game has so much ill will now that I can't imagine myself jumping on board at any point. Commander Keen just didn't make sense to me. I don't see how this is the appropriate forum for releasing a game like that, especially seeing as it's only going to be on mobile. Just doesn't really feel like the place. I think my biggest what is this moment of the entire conference came with Roller Champions. The cinematic trailer was like, yeah, cool, I guess it's Rocket League with roller skates. But then we got the gameplay video, and I cannot get this infuriating, mind-numbing sound out of my head. It sounds terrible, it looks boring and slow, and I'm really just not sure what they were thinking. I could be wrong, look, it could be really fun to play once you actually get your hands on it, but there would have to be some pretty positive reviews coming out for me to even give this game a go after what we saw. And that about wraps it up. All in all, I think it was a pretty great year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Wow.